Hello everybody, welcome back to Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me. And guys, I forgot to say thank you for 26,000 subscribers. Like, tears, you guys make me so happy. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. All right, so it's the Bachelor Bachelorette festivities. Not gonna lie to you, they did not interest me one bit, so I kind of skipped a lot of it. I'm sorry. If you want to go watch that, you can watch that. But some of the things that stuck out to me was that Raven believes in signs, and baby, this was a big one.
SK, really cute, got me 2 fish. They're kissing fish, so they go, and I woke up and the fish was dead.
Oh my God, I literally saw this coming.
It's not funny, but it is.
I too believe in signs. Yeah. So all the women are confused on Zanab and Cole's connection, just don't understand why she is settling for somebody like Cole. They think she's better than him, and I would agree. She has her own, insufferable characteristics, but I do think that she is lowering her standards to be with Cole. And then also they're kind of confused why Cole's family is able to follow her on social media but not meet her in person.
Wait, you haven't met his family?
No, they want nothing to do with me unless I marry him. They've straight up said, she's just not the type of girl we'd see you with.
Not even over FaceTime?
Not FaceTime, not phone calls, no nothing.
Crazy. You are just so much greater than that. Like, baby, like when I say like, not just physically, it's like the emotion. Yeah, you are step above.
I think Zanab has had a great run, and she's ready to be wifed up.
I truly think that the family knows how impulsive Cole can be. Of course, there is the religious aspect of why they don't want to meet somebody and they're shacking up and all that stuff, like whatever, sure, fine. But I think that they understand how irrational their son or brother or whatever can be. And so they don't want to put themselves in a situation where maybe they get invested or get involved with this whole TV stuff and all that with somebody who's not going to be there in the long run. So I kind of understand their reasoning in saying, I don't want to meet this girl until you actually marry her, especially in this kind of process. If they were dating, they probably would have met by now. And then with the whole them following her on social media thing, I think they're just trying to get a sense of like, if he was to follow through, is she a good woman? Like, could we actually accept her into our family? But yeah, it is kind of sus that they can be in the vicinity, but not like actually one-on-one, face-to-face with her. Another thing before I leave the Zanab situation, all the women sharing their concerns are things that we've been talking about throughout the season. And I'm just here like, Zanab's desperation, and unfortunately Nancy has the same characteristics. Their desperation for marriage is making them bypass all of these red flags that are so big and are waving, okay? They are waving these red flags, but they want to be married so bad that they're just gonna look over it. And it breaks my heart because I feel like Nancy and Zanab deserve these grown, mature, more established people and are more excited about being chased by this young, vibrant thing and are not realizing that they're setting themselves up for failure. Alexa is very confident in her coupling. And I mean, how could you not be when you have a fiance who just says yes to every single thing?
I feel so confident in a relationship. Like, Brennon and I are the best, and I feel sorry for everybody else.
We haven't had an argument. We haven't had a fight. So how are we gonna act?
Don't look for it though.
I've had relationships that were great, but we talked about surface level stuff. Day 3, we started talking about things that were like years ahead in the future, like kids and
the
finances,
future, right.
and how we saw our spouses in the future.
Brennon, of course there haven't been any arguments or disagreements or any discourse in your relationship because you're a simp. Capital S-I-M-P, and that's not squirrels in my pants, okay? He just relinquishes every single thing about himself in order to be with this woman. He wants to be that country boy, that southern charm, that wholesome, whatever, and her being a little bit more brash and high maintenance and materialistic is not truly what he wants to be a part of. But maybe he's just as desperate to be married like Zanab and Nancy that he's just gonna bypass it too. So we're gonna fast forward to SK and Raven's wedding. I love the bond that Raven and SK's mother have. But I need Raven to be for real and to know that, like, how do I say this without, like, you know, I feel like her want for a family is making her say yes to something that isn't fully fleshed out, that shouldn't be the route that she takes. But because there's such a deficit that she has in her own life, and she sees the community and the love and support from SK, that maybe she wants to supplement that in her own life, and it's making her make this decision that isn't really the best decision.
He said he's nervous? No. He said he's nervous.
It's the day I've been waiting for.
Oh.
The day has finally came and I'm the witness.
We've really tried to make the cultures combine, you know, for our wedding. Having a moment with his mom before all this just makes the experience more special.
I have no doubt that SK's family would accept her in with open arms, be so warm, so loving, so supportive. But the reality is, at the end of the day, if SK truly is a traditional Nigerian man, which it seems like he leans on the side of being, there are expectations of an African wife. There just are. No matter the culture you come from, there are certain expectations that the family expects. And even if your own partner doesn't plan on, like, fulfilling that all the way, it does add pressure onto the marriage. And so I feel like you need a really deep, strong, authentic, transparent connection with your partner in order to take on that kind of pressure and push through it. So at the altar, Raven is so emotional, and I'm just like, oof, if baby girl goes first, she is going to say yes. Luckily, she didn't go first, though.
You make me feel like a champion. You are my biggest prize. I love you, Tori Toru.
You encouraged me to have conversations above and beyond the basics. I think we have a great future ahead of us.
I do not.
I'm gonna go, like, fix my makeup. I love y'all. Bye.
These two boasted up, down, left, right, center, from the hilltops to the valleys about how strong their connection is, about how it's deeper than just the surface. They are so cosmically attracted to each other, and this explosive connection is unlike anything else, and boasted up and down. But now SK wants to talk about, oh, there isn't enough here to be married. SK, you were asked time and time again by the other guys, by A, B, C, and D, by Nancy, who was low-key being a hater, but she was still asking the right questions. Are you getting enough? Oh yeah, it's great. Oh yeah, Raven is amazing. Raven is whatever. This man was saying yes to everything and just wanted to love Raven the Raven way. When in reality, his needs weren't being met. This marriage was not going to be fulfilling for him. There was going to be a lot of deficits, and he would have just signed himself up to be with a pretty woman rather than being with an ideal wife for him. You know what I mean? I do agree with what you guys have been saying lately in the comments, that he too was not in a position to take on a new marriage. I fully believe that. I think that he has great potential, but just not right now. But say he was established in all of that, he bypassed a lot of stuff because Raven looks good. And she bypassed a lot of stuff because SK has the potential to be really breaded up. I'm sorry. That's the narrative I'm sticking to. I don't care what you guys say. So Nancy and Bartise are next. And this man, he's like, oh, you know, my biggest fear is if this is going to be the wrong decision, but I guess we'll never know until the years down the line.
And this decision isn't even just about your life. This is about
Well,
you
it's
and
also about her
Nancy's
life.
Yeah.
And about our family's lives. The biggest fear I have is making the wrong decision, but I won't know it's the wrong decision until years down the road.
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like I said before, and I knew there was a reason why I said that. People who have been in long-term marriages who divorce tend to say, this is not everybody, but they tend to say they knew this was a bad decision on the wedding day, or at least shortly after. And just to keep up appearances, or maybe not to backtrack on their word or anything like that, they just stuck it out, even though they knew it was a bad decision. You know what you're getting yourself into. Don't now say, oh, well, I'm just going to throw caution to the wind for now. I'm going to do whatever it is that I think we need to do. And then if it turns out to be a bad decision, I'm only going to know down the line. No, you know now. Do your due diligence now. Ask the questions. Do the things. Do what it takes to learn and know if this is the right decision. Don't wait till years down the line and now you're going through a divorce. Maybe there's kids involved. Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me. Oh, Bartise, you done pissed me off. So at the altar, or even like approaching the altar, all of it, I could not help but notice Nancy's family's facial expressions, baby. The mama was not having it. The brother was not having it. And then you have Bartise's family, which is all of a sudden so excited. I mean, the dad kind of has a little bit of concern on his face, but like the sister, she's like, yes, I'm so exciting. Marriage. Oof, it's not looking good, child. It is not looking good. So anyways, throughout the vows, I was pretty annoyed that Bartise would interject here and there. And I'm just like, can you let the woman finish what she wants to say? Damn. And then his vows seemed very off the cuff and kind of sporadic, all over the place. I don't even know. However, despite all of that, the family's look of disapproval, Bartise is just all over the placeness. She says yes.
No kiss, no hug?
I didn't practice this. For me, it was easy to see who you were through a wall. The journey has been amazing for me, but only because I've had you by my side.
100%, baby. Absolutely.
I love you. I knew that I wanted you in my life.
Absolutely.
I do.
I am very, very annoyed that they left us on a cliffhanger. I am. But I feel like this man knows he needs to say no. He absolutely knows he needs to say no. He is not attracted to the woman the way that he wants to be. There are fundamental differences that they may not ever agree on. He has a chip on his shoulder about the ex's involvement. And unfortunately, because that is her livelihood, that's likely not going to change. So if he's not okay with it, it's going to be a continuous problem in their relationship. Say no. Say no. I'm so sorry for Nancy. I know she's going to be heartbroken, but he's got to say no for her sake and his own sake, because this is just not it, you guys. And you know it's not it. Bartise? Nancy, you want to marry? You said yes to Bartise. Be for real. Anyways, I'm not gonna let y'all know when I'm gonna put out the next video, because honestly, I cannot determine that as of yet. But hopefully by the end of this week, we will have finished this season. So as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.